Welcome to the traditional farmer's democracy. We're flying high above, apparently. At Oskarshamn. At the twin nuclear reactor. Yes, I'm a bit proud of this, you know. That we built it ourselves. I mean, we're not utilizing it very much. No, but we have the most stable power in the vicinity and the neighborhood here. And also, of course, the most efficient railway construction. This is a little bit of an issue because this is unacceptable, unfortunately. This is going to have to be remodeled, but not until they have emptied out a bit here. Now, this you should no longer have this in your schedule because it is not good. Well, it is very good, but it is no good here. And what do you have here if not a little construction vehicle that is waiting? You should not be. You just go. You don't need to follow rules. Also, I don't think that there's a train in here. There's that one, of course. Yes. But I have this. This is pointing red in that direction. Yes, now it should be, but... yes, but you know, green, what's the problem? And you want to go here. And of course... I would like you to do this bit pretty soon. You know, okay, it's already on your list. Let's hope you get to it. Because this thing is going to take a while. Where are you going? No, don't do silly things. 1570. Where is that? Cheers. No. This Fagerhult, yes, the one with the moose. Wild by nature, it says that it is. Oh, wild by it was good. Yes, but hello there. You. I think that we should change this around a bit. Like, don't at all for now, maybe, but do this. If you could finish that bit, and then we could design this. Why do I have this single tracked? I'm going to regret that. Yes, and that apparently made the vehicle go home. Very helpful. As you see, this is just torture, this. So slow, is it? But yes, you should also be able to... But here we have a little bit of an issue. Yes, we do. I mean, couldn't you just go home or something? I don't suppose you would, but I'm going to do this, and you can have a chicken race about it, you know, and see. You ought to be the one. How is that possible? The other one was enormous. I don't think it matters, you know, really the size. Could be. Yes, the all related vehicles are on. There's still a train here. I did not remove. That's hello, yes. You're heading for Vavkavisk open storage, and then you're heading for Oskarshamn. I removed the wrong one. I did. And you're waiting here, of course, because this is also not really functioning as it's supposed to. But to at least have something here, as I have enough for them to figure it out, I think. Yes, you have passed over there, that's good. Yes, this is a bit of fiddly, but No, we're constructing, and I can't for the life of me figure out that that was not really the right thing to do. Get going, quickly. Yes. You ought to be lighter, even though you have a good head start. Here. 50-ton difference. You choose to brake here. Okay. Yes. Where are you going now? No. Are you going to refuel? Yes, you are. I wish you well. No, you're going to the depot. Yes, you're going to the depot. Of course you are. Don't collide with the construction vehicles, please. No, you'll be fine. You're not going to the depot, though. You're going to refuel. Yes, that's what you're doing. Yes, that is certain to cause some sort of incident, I would think. So it is a bit dramatic. Very good music for the trains to go along here. You're stopped. That is no good. I'm sorry. Stop. Yes. Not that they do crash, but they get confused. And if we can avoid it, it's that's green. You should have smooth sailing all the way to the depot. And I don't really know about you. One could also have put a release signal in here, and that would also probably have solved the thing. Yes, there isn't one because you have removed it in order to let the train out. Yes. We're just going to have to accept that it's manual train conducting. Or I think conducting is the correct term, but I may be completely wrong. Apologies. If so is the case. We're supervising the train's journeys through the complicated network. Will you now make it back to the multi-rail open storage? But then, yes, we need to fix this now before it goes out and do something stupid here. Or stupid, but yes, How much prefab have? Because here, no, not Oskarshamn, but Beates. Here, we ought to be able to go. They have all the stuff they need, though, not prefab panels. And this is what we got here. Yes, very much good. There you go. And you're not going to Oskarshamn. You're not going to load. You're going to unload. And then you can try and head back. How much will you have? Okay, you will be 100 tons or so. Yes, I wonder if they could have any use for it over in Molna. Yes, it becomes a completely different game because you have to manage your resources in absurdum to get the things. But you're pretty good on prefab panels. Although 100 tons or so would be pretty nice to top you off. Yes. Unload. Yes. And now you're doing no velocity whatsoever. Right, that would be because this signal is red. Yes, and it would be. I'm going to have to trick it to get out here. Yes, there you go. It's all fine. And then you simply you make sure that it's actually you should have no reason to be confused. This is looking quite nice. Yes. And then there we go. But no question mark. You don't need question mark. No, exactly. Just make sure to not crash into to the construction vehicles, or they should watch out rather to not crash into you, I would think. The steel train. Do I need steel? Do I need to bother with that right now? Let's see. Yes, we're going to look at the same places again. I think there was quite a bit of steel. Both here. Yes, here it's too much. We're overflowing with it. And here in Beatus, we're full. We don't need to bother. I could retire the trucks for a bit. Yes, but I mean, road vehicle depots are few and far between out here. What do? You're a construction office. You don't have anything. Why do I have an empty construction office here? You do prefab house. You can go here now. Steel. Yes, we can have. Maybe. And I think also, there are bricks and boards and things going around here in an infinite loop almost. But yes, we have plenty of fuel. Look at 300 tons. That's a bit less than expected. And for some reason I neglected to build a train diesel station out here as well. That's quite an oversight. Yes, where are we going to put it? Well, the thing is, for future, I mean, we would want to connect to foreign rail, wouldn't we? And there's not that much to choose from. It's this one. And here there is, I mean, there is quite a bit of infrastructure in the way here. Other infrastructure in the way. I mean, I suppose we could get by here somehow. Yes, but then you were on the wrong side of the lake. We want to go there because to the left, the lake, because the railroad is over there. Yes, but we could swing around the lake. That's a very long way for nothing. Yes, but then we'd have the railroad down here in case we'd ever want to build out to the nuclear storage. And the transport. Why would you transport that by train? Well, because train. Yes. But that is like 20 years from now. There it is. That it is. Let's see. I mean, you're going to start on this now. That was. And this is very, 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 very incredibly suboptimal, because somewhere around here I would need like a very big queuing area. I suppose this road is really that important. I mean, there is someone using it to transport bitumen. Why wouldn't you go to this custom house instead of going all the way down there? This has been in for 13 years. Not 13, but 12, I think. I think it would be much more efficient if you went to this customs house and unloaded. Not this one. Delete stop. Yes. Wait. No. And here there is an. I wonder if is this complete yet? It almost has to be by now. It is. Yes. And you elected to store bitumen. Very good of you. Now then, the oil refinery is doing something. 48 workers, but that's plenty. That is plenty. The good thing is that the fuel is now getting filled up. Quite what we're going to do with this, not yet decided, but it is quite something. The train loading thing inside. Integrated, very good. If it works, we'll see. And that is one plan, long term. And when all is said and done here, that we put all our resources on trains for various borders and see where it gets us, where it nets us in that. But that's not for a while. That's not for... Yeah, cheers again. This is this is good. Now we have 2 chemical plants. Still 7.5 tons of chemicals in the warehouse, but 50 tons in total. The fabric factory. Yes, fabric factory. How are you doing? But you're actually doing something. That's good. You have chemicals. That's also very good. Grain. We have started to eat into it again, but there is a bottleneck here, and it's one that is quite nice to have and easy to solve. In fact, we shall. It will be you, I think. Sädleverans too. Yes. Crop delivery too. So we'd want a big old covered hub. Yes, road vehicles depots are few and far between out here. Yes, and I think it's about time we have to start buying this. Where are you? Covered up. But of course, yes, again, the dream of building them yourself. But the problem is that you need. That was $100,000. Yes, that's fine. With the Sädleverans too. We want you to do this. I already have the beer for de saliga. I wonder, have they built their pub yet? We should go and have a look over at de saliga. Out here somewhere. Yes, somewhere approximately. Yes, they have not managed to build the pub yet, and they have a bit of an issue here. I wonder how long this is. They are incredibly unhappy, and everyone has moved out. Okay, then. I think that if we do this, that's a start. Those buses were probably heading to construct this, and other buses were waiting. Yes, meanwhile there are no workers here now. The whole place is deserted. And yes, they certainly make well on their name. I mean, this place failed. And they don't have any electricity. Why haven't you gotten around to this yet? You have managed to build a power line, but not this. They have neither concrete nor asphalt. But why not? You? Missing? You don't have a concrete mixer. What the? Have I not purchased that? This is quite an oversight, I think. Yes, you ought to do good with one of those. Some vehicles are without fuel, and again, I think I forgot to send a fuel thing out here. But there is still 0.7 tons. Yes, there are many things to keep in mind. Source of workers is empty. You don't say. Now, should we give it one more shot, this place, or is it doomed? And they have the food and everything. They can only get the power down or something. Okay, now you have concrete. But okay, and the vehicle without fuel, I would suppose be the dumper. Road crane, I don't have a dumper. Yes, one dumper. One. Yes, you know the asphalt we have very far away. Yes, you're without fuel. Indeed. I think one more. One last. This is the last one. Not auto purchase, manual purchase. 4 tons. The last. And this time, let's try and not get distracted. We want to go here. Here we have all the fuel and a road vehicles depot, which is very handy. And an oil tank, and it's a long way, and it's slow hauling. So this is what we're doing. Here, fuel. Don't get any ideas of doing other things. And then you go here, simply. And you go to the petrol station here. Yes. And you wait until you're unloaded and you get going. So that's pardon me. Yes, that's one thing taken care of. The fuel for that place. And here, in order to build this, what do you need? Concrete and asphalt. I suppose I could hit the button, but no. Still, there are 10 workers here. If they could just get the concrete and asphalt. What's going on here? There's a concrete truck coming. And they don't need a lot. 0.77 tons. And steel and the rest of the things I think would be quite handy. Quite close by. But you have an asphalt source, right? Yes, you do. And the dumper, but now you have fuel. Yes. What is the dumper doing? Is it doing something? It is going to get gravel. Well, at least that's not very far. And in all this time, yes, that this has been going on, I don't know for how long now, this place, we have managed to truck over 177 tons of gravel. Trucking gravel is just not feasible. If you have only 2 trucks doing it, especially over this great distances, out here would be a perfect place for a quarry. Yes, and then we could have... yes. No, that's not such a bad idea after all. But why? We're not building a lot here. But anyway, I know it's always good to have a bit of gravel laying by if you would want to build. This I think will do quite nicely. And it's not up on a mountain top or anything. Yes, we need to go down here. Let's put in the rock crusher here. Yes, we can do here. Of course. Yes. And then we do road. This road may be a little bit expensive. We could mud road it. That would be very slow. Yes, but we actually don't need that much gravel. And the thing when it goes to refuel the digger, it is incredibly slow anyway. It doesn't matter. It's only the dumpers it will matter a bit for. Yes. So, but now we need workers out here. That means we need a tiny bus stop or something, or a bus stop. No, make the proper bus stop. Here we remove a little bit. Yes, bus stop. Like that. Yes, and then you're going to want, damn it, a asphalt plant and a concrete plant, you know. That's what you need. And this stuff you really need to do the construction. It's the way it is. Concrete and asphalt. That will be... yes, concrete is on its way. It'll be a couple of weeks, but it will get here. And have you even loaded up yet? No. But you'll get here eventually, and I really sincerely hope that they get this built. It is the last hope. The last vestibule of hope, or what you may call it. Yes, but they have very, very much food, and they have probably the greatest supply of food, of clothing in all of the, because I have not fixed here. No, 1.6 tons will do them just nicely, and no electronics whatsoever. And that sent the truck off. Or didn't it? No, didn't. That also reminds me, yes, I have had an idea, and I think it might just work by now. How's the new road coming? It's coming, not quickly, but it's coming. And I like this, that they're building from both directions. And out here, where we have these, what is it, 75 construction offices. No, but 5, at least. It gets done. Wonder though if this is maybe has a little bit of an issue here. No, it's working. This is doing great. Look at this. Although now the asphalt ran out. They ran out of asphalt. Yes, now it's working. Look at the money. Look, that is now we're doing good work. This is excellent, excellent work. I mean, it will be done in no time. This. So it's absolutely not feasible to upgrade a road, but it's. In between established centers of population. It turns out it's quite possible to build roads. Maybe we should even do a motorway, just to show off, basically. And I think here we could a little roundabout, maybe. Now you just, yes, we're showing off our wealth. You know, this will add a very long time to the construction and such, but we have these resources so readily available, and we're not using it. All of the yes, this is a bit of a windy thing. It's a bit too windy here now. Yes, what will be the point of the railroad when we have this? Because of trains. Yes, I know trains are nice and all, but you know, this is simply a bit more efficient. I just had a thought. Come on. That's not quite lovely. there then. Yes, this is a waste. Not a waste. This is an indulgement. That's what it is. Yes, you don't have a train. We didn't have a train diesel station here. That's correct. I mean, out here would certainly not be in the way, because the railroad will not go out to Antacino. No, we were talking about this before. Yes. Here is one railroad to the east, and the other one is here. And quite why they, in all their wisdom, decided to leave us a rail connection like this, I don't understand. I suppose we could have a road over and a shuttle for goods, but I don't quite like that. No, and the tunnel is not quite feasible neither, because it would be it's an impossible project to undertake. Tunnel is about the terrain. No, it's not. Let's see here. Yes, that's 28,799 workdays. Yes, and the railroad construction vehicles can transport 25 or 50, maybe, at a go. So, I mean, do the maths. That's not. It's impossible. Unless they fixed it somehow, but I don't see quite how it would be done. And that's what we got, because here there isn't a railroad. So the only option, if we want to export to the east, is do this. But I suppose that is so far in the future that it's exporting to what is now currently the Soviet Union may not be the best choice, you know. I mean, down here, the railroad is, for example, and this could certainly be made into a place where trains could wait to go and unload. And also up here, very far away, near Inkersta, there is this. And there is not this. But over here in Rovendima, yes, here, there is a railroad connection. But this is not anywhere near the railroad. Anywhere near, it is a bit of a detour. Yes, it is a bit of a detour. I suppose, I mean, this was a complete failure in trying to establish or embrace an area. And next time I think I'm going to try something different. And start with the gravel. Yes, gravel, and then get stuff in. And that means we have to start with the services for the citizens. And they are so unhappy, yes, it's just not any fun living here at all. I understand. And the school would probably be very, very nice to have. Yes, we're making way for a school. Also, you really will like it a lot better here in the prefab building. Yes, you will. think that's enough space for a school. Education. School. Yes, and a kindergarten we should build while we're at it as well. Now this is a bit of a thing. Yes, we'll have it like that. It doesn't matter that much. Anyway. Yes, and this, I suppose, is getting constructed eventually. Yes, it is, but it's not going incredibly quick. Oh, that's because the workforce is very much limited. You all played this one before. Yes, we'll have Blue Scarf instead. Yes, the other places. Yes, Oskarshamn. I think all the nuclear fuel is gone by now, by the way. Yes, you are standing here waiting. You don't need to do this anymore. You don't even need to go here. In fact, delete stop and go to Bellerup. And the radiation here, I wonder if it will go down in time or if it will stay. I mean, the highest we can make, or there it is even higher than half, right about there. Should we build a monument here or something? Yes, I think we should, to indicate the most radiated spot. Yes, this will do nicely. Yes, that is exactly in the most radiated spot. Well, okay, maybe there is... It's close enough. It's close enough. Here we are also trucking gravel. We don't even have much storage. We only have what this can take. But you're not really doing anything. Okay. Auto search. Molna, what are you doing out here? Don't do this. Cancel. You should be taken care of and serviced by this. And I think it's time to make the surgical incision here. I wonder why I haven't done it before. Let's see, where do we want it? We want it... I mean, here is the easiest. Yes, we can do it without the UI, apparently. At this rate, I mean, you're going to take quite a while to empty this out. But I hope that you get going now. That the Molna construction office is no longer. Yes, what is happening with this? The train has not arrived yet. Obviously. Where are you? You're standing at the signal. You need me to help you along here a bit. Yes, you're standing here, which is completely understandable. You're just following the rules. Maybe you could just calm down a little bit there. That one accelerates a whole lot more than this one. This is not going to go. Look, man, look what you're doing. You're crashing into the prefab. Stop it. Yes, you could have braked maybe a little bit sooner. Yes, it forced you to disappear. That's what happens when you mess with the cargo trains here, the freight trains. Cheers, we have trains to look at, and this is now now that we've actually constructed everything and really worked for it, not just paid for it with oil money or steel money or something. Yes, it feels a bit different. It's a bit more satisfying, I have to say. It's very fiddly, but it's a completely different style. Or a different game at that. Look, there's a truck and there's the autosave function. This will leave them quite satisfied as far as prefab panels go, I would think. That's quite nice. Plenty of high voltage and medium voltage wires going on, which is how we like it. We got that one in the eye there a bit, that hurt a little bit, yes. But you're going to take a while to get over to Beatus. Yes, you are. And when you are at Beatus, I think that we shall hit the pause for a bit and see what if we can get anything done eventually. But we are far from Beatus. And there is new railroad involved, which we have not maybe traversed before. But that could be something. You know, that could be something. We shall see. Now this is slow and steady. But very, very steady. Yes, the rail infrastructure may look a bit overkill, considering the amount of trains here, but it's not completed, and it will be a big bang or something when we finally get the ability to actually utilize the railroad as intended. Unfortunately, by then everything will already be built, so what's the point? If we could figure out a way to actually use the lane railroad and get that base, established, and use that to build out further. Why would you stop here? What have I done now? Okay, that's showing red for some reason. What? Okay, I think that we shall be without this. Yes, but this is also red. Why is this red? That's green. And what? There is no train in here, and you would indicate that there is. But there isn't. I promise, there is no train in. There, we'll screw this then. And screw this too. Because that is green, as it's supposed to be. And that is red, as it's supposed to be. Under the current law. And this, screw this too. We'll do it like this. Yes, extremely inefficient, but very, very safe. Maybe one day we could figure out how that works, but I don't think that this evening is the time for it. This is something else from a little truck that takes maybe 10 tons of this stuff. Here we have 436 tons of it. That has a bit more of an impact. Yes, I really hope they finish the train diesel station, the tracks for the train diesel station as quickly as possible, so that we can properly start using this bit of the railroad. Because this bit is done. Except, of course, there is no border connection. We may have to deal with that later. Here there is no signals. We must have. Nice. Now, how about that? You still have 200 tons left. Molna, you're not missing that much, but you'll get a top up. This is somewhat glitchy. This thing is has some issues. We shall stop using it. And this must be demolished, but the resources I've already gotten out here, I'm not going to throw away. No. But if I did cut that off. Yes, that means probably that this stuff is not. It is being worked on by Molna, but it's going to take forever. The train diesel station itself is completed, yes. You don't have electricity, come on. What is this? I could have checked before placing it. That is also something that could have been done. That is correct. You even get one of these. Hook up one of these directly to the nuclear. Could we even take it in between here? Some other infrastructure is in the way. Yes, that's the cooling pipe. The building, yes, a cooling tower in the way. Cooling tower in the way. Nothing in the way. Really wish the rail laying could be quicker somehow. How that would work, I don't know, but somehow. Why aren't the OUR doing stuff, but it is so very, very slow work, since you bring so little every time. But here I only have these dinky ones as well. That's poor. Yes, but if we could get them to help, maybe. But these are not okay. Why aren't you finding? Oh, they have made a bit of progress here. In fact, this is now it's getting single tracked, and then they will not both be able to work. And it is single tracked for quite a way. For quite a way. This is a very long railway. And it is single tracked all the way. What? I don't have a passing track in here anywhere. No, I suppose the reasoning was that we just get around to the thing, get over there. Yes. Again, there wasn't a border connection there. That's I've been dealt quite not quite great rail connections, with neither the west nor the east. But I suppose this is the most feasible, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. But how are you supposed to do this? Because the day that we send all the surplus towards the border, we want there to be space for long trains. Don't want any limitations regarding train length. That means about here, I think. Yes. How many? You don't need to make these ridiculously long. No. You could either do it, but that will not. Yes, this will do. Then they will get longer and longer. Not if I do this. But that does not look quite legal. That is apparently very acceptable. Very good. That is not. No. From here. No. That's not going to work. That doesn't look quite right. Nope, that isn't quite right. That's almost right. Okay. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. How are you going to manage this? I don't know yet. I suppose something along these lines is what you want. But be careful here now. And now you're really getting to the point where I don't think that there's enough length here for a very long train. In fact, yes, you could even have this wood-based. That would not be a problem at all. We're not really talking great speeds here. Yes, if one could make this work, I mean, you'd have at the other end of this, you'd have a chain signal in, and then you'd have release, and chain. And here, release. Chain signal. And nothing else. Maybe, but this is too short. These are too short. This is not enough space. I wasted... pardon me, sorry. I wasted time on this because this is not going to work. I mean, a proper train is from here to here. About. Is it? Because if... I don't have a good feeling about this. I'm sorry to have done that. That was a mistake. That's the way it is. Meanwhile, it's 145 people. You know what? You're getting to move. Yeah. We're giving this one last shot. Still without power supply. You still haven't been able to manage to get a little bit of a dumper. The asphalt is coming. The asphalt is coming. It is even loaded. Yes, I think that we could move a few people in then. Do you want to live in the village houses or what you're used to? I get to live here. That ought to make room. 280 adult children. 15,000 people. Almost 14,000. That's a lot. This year. As it's growing. 889 escapes. Yes, that would be from this place. It would, and the reasons are obvious. You still only have one dumper. Yes, you could probably use a few more since you have to go such a long way for the asphalt. Yes, I think you could have two, even. The source of asphalt can't produce asphalts. That should not be permanent. What are you doing then? You're going to get 6% of gravel. $207 tons. This is not going quick. This is going incredibly slowly. Yes, I mean, I suppose I could build this. Just buy it. Oh, they're working on it. It has arrived. The asphalt has arrived. And when this is done, I think the other stuff should show up in no time. Because that's close by. It's ticking down. Soon you'll have electricity. Imagine. Oh, it's slowed down significantly as workers are leaving, but another one came. As 8 workers. If you just knew how important this was. There we go. Now we need. But here you see the vehicles, they kick into life immediately. A covered hub is going to get 2% of electrical components at the Polyshevo warehouse. Yes, that's a long way. And they won't be able to do anything until that arrives. But when that arrives, yes, everything else will already be in place. 41 workdays, they should be able to finish that in no time. And then finally, they'll have the electricity. You see, do I not have enough bulldozers or excavators here? I don't have any. You know, that's sort of a mistake if you want to build roads, because that means that you're gonna have to do it by hand and with workers. But if you have a few bulldozers and excavators, they will do the work on their own. I'm really pushing it on this one now. What am I supposed to buy then? Speed level 20. This is much better. I'm sorry, but this is just much better. Yes. Bulldozer. Bulldozer? Yes. Should have done that a long time ago. The fuel delivery is at least working. That's good. You have resources, you have no asphalts. Oh, isn't that a surprise? No. But yes, I think that it's time to do a little break here. Yes. See you very soon. Well, yes, time kind of ran away for me there a bit, but yes, it is now the 4th of May of 1984, and that was quite a jump, I would think, in time. It is still, though, very much the same evening. Yes, it is still evening. And what do we have here? This is a Falcon Export. As the pride of Falkenberg. It's a large one, 50 centiliters. So cheers. It is not offensive in any way, but it is not saying much neither. It's completely decent. Yes, we have. Yes, and things have been hard here in the traditional farmers. Maybe this music is not. Well, yes, it is. It is quite dire, in fact. I don't know how to break it, but the population. We're down to below 10,000 this year. It's been rather poor. Last year we were still on a good, but here, and what happened was satiation, food, and death. Yes, they starved. Yes, and those who didn't starve, they fled. Yes, but many survived, and we even have adult children. That I think would be in Molna. They were the only town that had enough in the old warehouse there to survive, or go completely unscathed through this. Yes, and I don't know. I may have gone a little bit overboard here with the motorway and everything. Yes, and then here we have a railway bridge. Yes. By the way, the food situation is solved now. Yes, it is solved. We are yes. For a moment here. Yes. The food situation is solved, I think, for the moment, as Molna. This is Molna. Yes, it is Molna. They have a great workforce, which is mostly goes unused. But since we now have this fantastic road here, yes, it is possible to bring them in to work in the food industry, and that has made all the difference. Look at this, 138 tons of food in store and 22 tons of alcohol. And yes, we were completely out of alcohol as well. We had no beer at all. And here, meat, we even have started eating into that a bit. Not good. The only thing that is solid is the crops. They are solid. I would think we still have a lot of stored crops in the field. We're keeping up with the output of the agro farm now with the latest. Yes, and also, I thought that the point was to get of letting the game run for a bit, was to get the railroad complete, so we could really, for once, actually inaugurate it and call it done. It will never be done, that's the problem. And I may have a solution. Where are we? Yes, you're here. This is done. It may even be signaled. This is also done now, which is fantastic. We can signal here while we're at it, while we're here. It will only be that. We cannot afford to try anything more complicated. And yes, you're soon out of resources. And you're back in business. I mean, it was so bad, the situation, that even here, we were running very, very low on workers. So low that we had brownouts. It was a dire situation. Starvation and brownouts. The nuclear industry, it promised everything. Yes, but we were running heavy export to build up a little bit of capital so that we could buy, a few trains for the railroad inauguration. Yes, that was the point. And I don't know what happened, but for some reason they just stopped coming to work at the food industry or something in Voloshevo. Or it was not enough to keep up with the demand. Anyway, but it's fixed now. And that makes me wonder if we could use the workforce of Molna for something more. I mean, the steel and the things industry in over here is not really feasible unless you could build a tunnel through the mountain. Yes. How many workers and resources would that be to have? Yes, we're going a bit crazy with the road building here, I saw green, yes. 22,062 work days. Or 831 million rubles, 32 million rubles. No. I don't think that, no, we're not, that's not reasonable. Reasonable thing to do. I don't think, no. I mean, this is not right. We have had a terrible thing happen to us during the last year. We're playing this happy, upbeat stuff. We can't have that. Stop. No, this is a solemn moment, a sad moment. Indeed. Yes. A very sad moment. Yes. But we shall, we shall overcome. And we shall get back in shape. And yeah, yes, this is hopeless. Building railroad, constructing railroad, because it's a museum piece. By the time it's done, we'll have motorways all over the place at this rate. Now this is really good and really efficient. When you have many construction offices in both ends or something like this, and the workers available, which we had for a while, and I think that we're starting to regain. Here we've always had. This has always been excellent. Yes, and another terrible thing happened, and yet another, this place. No, not the coal ore processing plant. Coal ore processing building is on this one. Yes, the Hansasino corner building here. Unfortunately, I misclicked and erased the message from history. It was not my intention. A few people died there as well as in the famine. Yes, these things happen after all, but you know, it's rough. Yes. I mean, think what it will do to our possibility or ability to grow and construct. You're staring straight at the gravel road. Yes, we're not deserving of better. This is terrible. But it isn't all bad. No, you see, this train diesel station is ready. That's fantastic. Voltage is a bit low, but I suppose they're like that. And here, no, this is not complete. This is still disabled. You have not used up all of your resources quite yet, but you're very, very close. 15 tons, 43 tons. That might even mean that I think the rate that we are using this has gone down significantly. The rate at which. Yes, that's because it's a very long way to travel. Yes, the 17th of it is a certain way, you know, wouldn't you know it? Yes, but I'm going to have to pause slightly and be back. Pardon interruption. Normal services are resumed to the extent that the concept exists as such. I thought we'd use the the citizens' living preferences or something. How can citizens' current location? Yes, citizens, adult children here. Aha. You haven't changed it here, you know. Adults 24, 21 plus, yes. Adult children still living with parents. This is the old string. And this is very handy. There are 19 here and 14 here. And lots of people without job. I wonder where it is most dire here. I suppose Polochevo is hit the hardest as always. This is not. Do you even have food now? Barely. Well, you do have. But the distribution of it could be a bit more top of thing. But here they are extremely happy. And so is everyone now. But yes, now I closed down one of those. Population is actually they're pretty much. Do we also have adult children? No, we don't. Let's see then. Yes, this place is doing great. And down here, yes, the hopeless, de saliga here. They have actually managed to build a pub. They have bar staff. Oh, the two people remain. Yes, we haven't managed to transport any alcohol to them, but there is a truck. There is a truck for that very purpose standing somewhere. I would have thought it was there, but it was not. Is it maybe? Yes, I know where it is. It is out here by the first road vehicles depot. Yes, that's the one. Öl till de saliga. There, yes, you go here now. As it exists. And start. Very good. Very good. Yes. And moreover, anything? Yes. Now we move in a bit of people here. Have they managed to build the school? Yes, the school is completed as well. Okay. Okay. Yes, maybe this time. I'm in the seventh times the charm or something. So far it hasn't done anything here, but people are moved in, rest assured. And now we're getting even more, as we're having a bit of Bollnäs best here. Yes, and I think that this time will actually manage to not screw up this place. And ironically enough, of course, here they had all the food they could ever have wanted, even through the famine that struck most of the country this year. Yes. Yes, the Great Famine of 1984. In the traditional farmers' democracy. Not a proud moment. January and through May, almost. Well, yes, up until May, more or less. But now, I wonder if they'll make it this time. Maybe, and they ought to, you know. I think they ought to. they have plenty of well-educated people. And the school, maybe it's there's no one here, but let's not keep it too much like that, you know. But it's not possible for them to walk to the school because this little bit of road is not finished. But maybe it's going to get finished. Yes, 4 workers arrived. 545 rubles left. Okay. Then it will be done. Yes, but we should also have some of these here things. What's going on? Some other infrastructure. You know what? That's enough. No, that's enough. This we do pay for, even here. Yes. Have they gotten anywhere on the... no, of course not. There are no workers, you know. They cannot really build a whole lot. How much gravel? With 600 tons of gravel they managed. We maybe won't need this. 0.07 megawatts we consume here in those holiga. But the electricity, I mean, they have electricity now. And I thought something, the cold meat storage at the time when we didn't have electricity here, I wonder how the meat was. It may have been, may have smelled a bit funny, maybe, I don't know. But then again, we have the truck, is the cold storage effectively. And I suppose it's sitting here idling or something and keeping the meat fresh. Even though it's not using any fuel. Or maybe it is at a very slow rate. And it has the lights on. Suggesting its engine is running. Otherwise they may have a very hard time starting their engines later on. Yes. Because usually it takes quite a while to unload. Yes, and I recalled that there's an interesting number here, you know, that the vehicle fuel is this year, how much consumption of resources. It says in money, there, 705 tons. It's 15 tons. Okay. Yes, we're doing lots of stuff, I'm sure. You're not completed yet. Yeah, I give up on this now. Yes. There we go. Now you can walk to the school. And this is a bit poor. Now there are 3 teachers and no staff. I mean, couldn't one of the teachers do some regular staff work? We have one 22-year-old, two 22-year-olds here, in fact. Oh, they're in the classroom now. Past day's demands, unsatisfied, drink, alcohol, culture, sport. Are you really in a place to demand such things when you're not working? When you haven't gotten an education? But is that my fault? It could be. This, I hope this time This time I hope this will work. De saliga här. And the concrete asphalt, it takes in very long time to get that stuff down here, unfortunately. Yes, train inauguration you were talking about. Yes, it is a bit of an undertaking, this, because some bits are signaled, some are not. This has been complete for a while. They have used up as good as all resources here. 31 tons of steel left. That is not completely without value, you know. We could decrease the number of bricks, but the forklifts are not so inclined. Or they are, but it's one. Okay, at that rate it's going to take time to get 36 tons of steel. No, 29. It's still going to take about the same amount of time. I think should we sacrifice 30 tons of steel? It would be unfortunate. It would be. We're building, especially since we're building stuff out of steel right nearby here. I was thinking that we should have multiple storage spaces here. Storage, oil train platform. Here, yes. Open storage, medium. Yes, one of these. We need to get the cargo connection thing on. That's why we're putting it out here. Yes. And you get a mud road. Yes. There you go. And this 40,000. I have 1 million rubles. Almost. That's not bad. Yes, we have 1 million rubles, of course, and the population is rebounding. It's increasing again, but that will take a while to recover from. It's a couple of years it will take. But it's not all bad. Now they're back to being happy. That's good. And yes, now you see here, these, workers or mechanism, but 12 tons of steel are needed, and we had something here. So, I mean, this is a bit much, I agree, but still. We have the resources here. We want to use them here. You get your steel from there for now. The asphalt plant cannot produce asphalt. Why not? Asphalt plant? No workers. No, none. Oh, no one's living there anymore. Okay. That's unfortunate. this place was hit really hard, probably the hardest. It's like a ghost town, almost. Yes. And they used to be known for their great workforce. Yes, rail inauguration, and I think the bridge is complete. Yes, the bridge is complete. That means that we could do one of those incisions here and put in a railroad construction office, rail construction office here. Yes. Except that I wouldn't be able to get any construction vehicles into it. That's fine. You know, this is for later use. This is the export line. That's quite a few tracks, and it turned out that if you did it this way, there were plenty of space. But it is a bit longer to go. Quite a bit longer, in fact. That's that, and yes, a railroad. I'll put it in, and then at least they'll get working on it. Rail construction office, very large. Yes. Here. Yes, the aggregate thing is there. I think it would have to be here. Now we got that road up on quite a hill. But yes, it's fine. Buy it. This is not what you're supposed to be using your money for. I know. And this ought to be in range of most of these. Right. Yes, you're getting to work on it. And here, railroad. Fine. This is not maybe fine. No, you shouldn't do this. It is not correct by any means or stretch of the imagination or lack thereof. That, however, will suffice. Workers' March. Definitely the Workers' March. Now it's time to do a little bit of a thing here. Can't delete. There are one more moving to or from this crossing. I doubt it, you know. There is a vehicle here. Are you working? Yes, you're working on this bit. Okay, I see, but there are no workers. I mean, you could stop. It's fine. As long as we have this bit, I was going to remove here, you know. But I can remove here, maybe. Yes. There we go. That is now disconnected. And if you could just get a few workers in, and then we could get this railroad going. Yes, are they in need of resources? Yeah, prefabs a little bit. And out there, definitely in Oskarshamn. as they're getting to the limit of their abilities to reach as well. That's a problem. I suppose it is the same as it is with the regular roads. If you have, settlements on both sides, it doesn't take that long to build a proper road. As I figure, if you put the diamond crossing on the road, the trains will never be blocking for longer than it takes them to move through. Yes. Although this is too close. We have a little bit of space. I think all the way out here. Yes, this game is extremely sensitive on this point. It is ridiculous, in fact. Like that. Yes, we can also start benefiting from this now. The great train diesel station network. Yes, you'll be done by the time we send trains out here. Yes, and then, yes, now you're done. That turned green. Very good. And then you go here, and go through this, which may work. Here, we should... yes, here it is lacking. Here we need traffic rules, like so. And then there we have. Very good. Yes, you're getting removed later. Okay, and this is still, yes, this is still without that we don't do. Okay, that's that entire bit, of the network. Because I think that this stuff is more or less complete, somewhat. This seems very complete, or at least something. There are plenty of arrows pointing here in every which way. See, there are a bit few and far between, but that's fine. Here there are very few and far between. And you have been standing here for I don't know how long. That would be because this. Not because that doesn't do anything, but that ought to help you along here. However, this is maybe a little bit not correct. Wait a minute here now. What was that about? That was about there not being a signal here and there being construction trains out and about there somewhere. Yes, but they need to be able to take. You have made it quite a way. As this, I don't want to stop this. No, unfortunately. No. No, I don't. And here is something that is not. Oh, this cannot be constructed from here. Yes, but never mind. Never mind about that. We're going to here. Piransk. However, all the resources are in here, and there are plenty of them. Now, what did you have in mind? Beatas and Penguin. Yes, that's fine. They probably have quite a bit. Yes, they are not in great need. Nevertheless, there we have it. Yes, this has been a terrible year so far. Yes. 29 tons of steel. This is taking a long time, of course. This. It always does. Dear friends, I think it's time. Yes, I think it is time. But there are so many things to do, so many things to. Yes, but this railroad, it really is a chicken and egg problem, you know. Yes. So I suppose the train deployment is still to come. I'm afraid I really wish it would be here now, but the fund for the trains are growing slowly but surely. And building ourselves engineering vehicle production line or a railway production line. That is enormous. It requires 400 workers, and I would suppose 100 engineers as well. Yes, this. But yes, I can build that in half a year or something, maybe. But getting the plans for anything, that's out of the question. Yes, pirated licenses, pirated blueprints for the which you cannot sell, of which vehicles produced cannot be sold on the markets, and much cheaper than the official ones, of course. Friends, thank you so very much for watching. Good night.